have to increase the D-12-3-50-31 interfund transfer for $105,000. That would make the entry balance.
That's your part of your amendment, Tom?
Yes.
Give me that, Ron? Discussion on the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Supervisor Chiara, Supervisor Streety, Supervisor Stagliano. On the resolution as amended, discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Chiara, Streety, Stagliano, Stark.
Stark is no, Chiara's no, Streety's no, and Stagliano.
Correct.
Okay. Resolution's passed as amended.
Resolution number 227, DPW, sponsored by Supervisor Allen. We've had a second. Very good. Resolution number 228, Public Health, sponsored by Supervisor Reshkowski. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Greg, is this the catch-up?
Discussion?
Chair, need an amendment on this? Or is it work out?
It's neutral.
It's neutral.
Neutral.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Further discussion?
Yeah, let's see, hold on.
This doesn't wash it?
I don't think everything is here.
Add up.
No, because the first resolution you passed was for 29,750.
Yeah, here you are.
You know what I mean, and you don't have a 29,750 in there. So I think part of her original intent is missing, so, I think.
That's one of the first resolutions,
218.
right? We didn't put it in from fund balance though, right?
That's correct.
Where's the offset?
Supervisor Reshkowski?
I can just say, when I had the conversation with Kim, this is the resolution that she wanted me to sponsor. The way it was. The way it's written. Thank you, Chair.
Well, what do we have to do? Rescind the 29,000?
Yeah, an offset, 29,000 have an offset to it.
I believe that's what Sean said earlier.
Yeah.
Resolution 218, did you not say there was an offset to that, Sean?
Yeah, 50,000, you put that in
That should be
there.
increased.
We didn't do an offset. We didn't amend it.
No, we didn't.
Because they were told to wash the house.
We thought,
218
coming
was
to
not
this,
amended.
we thought this would equal it all up, but it's not equal it up.
So just pass these two and then it'll come out of the fund
Well,
balance.
just add in that 50,000 here on this line item.
Well, we're saying it should equal out. Where's it equaling out?
So he'd have to take it out of the fund balance.
Well, that's not equaling out.
You don't have the numbers. Plus he's got it.
Sean, what's that expense account that we need to add 50,000 to?
A-16-4-4046. That's 00-4432.
Okay, and that's 50,000. So can we just, I'll make a motion that we add that onto here. A-16 for 4046 00-404432. You got those?
That's the offset
50,000.
resolution 218, is it?
Correct.
Yes. Do we have a second on that amendment?
Yeah.
Discussion?
Does everybody agree with that? As those right numbers?
Right numbers according to Sean. Budget guy.
That's the offset to that revenue adjustment.
For that one.
If you want to,
So that's just that 218 resolution. This one stands on its own?
that stands on its own.
Yes. Supervisor Reskowski?
Chairman, yeah, I just don't understand where 218 is coming from. That's my thing. I mean,
The
Supervisor,
29,
did you talk to Kim?
I looked at the computers, what her recommendations were.
Okay.
Talked to her a long time ago.
There was no offset for 218.
Yeah, I'm just talking about 228 here.
Yes, and what you just had was an amendment to put that offset in this resolution or to offset resolution 218.
Okay.
That's what the amendment is for.
Thank you, Chair.
You're welcome.
I mean, I have her notes if you want, if you really are interested.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. This was the response from her when she returned the budget. And so 3277, she changed from 1,171,000, let me get this bigger, 1,171,898 to 1,201,648. So that's the 29,750. Then she changed 3401.01 from 34,824 to 27,163. She said change in funding source only, budget neutral. Okay. Then she went down to she went down to 4451, the early intervention federal, and she changed that from 43,298 to 5930. And again, she says change in funding source, budget neutral.
So, cut down the right number?
Those are not the numbers I have either.
Those aren't the numbers.
Those are the numbers on here.
43,269,
The 5930 is, well, I have it, evidently. I don't know where, these are from her notes. I can only tell you that.
Did every department head get a notification to be here?
She responded to the, I'm only explaining to you what she sent back.
All right, well, she sent them to you. I'd like to hear it.
No, she sent them to everybody. Everybody got
was it 59?
Just the committee made that.
it. No, everybody got it.
I didn't get one.
50930.
50,930.
50,930.
Well, that's correct.
Yeah.
All right. Next one was 4010, 110, 250. There was a line number 257.
Yep.
And she had a change from 33,812 to 41,473. Again, she says change in funding source. And she wanted to change this to 401001, 1110. She gave it a line number.
Just pass it as it is.
Well, you had an amendment to do the offset on this resolution.
Then she had another one. She had 401001,
289.
110. It was
1289.
it was a PHC coordinator.
Yep.
18458
10797.
to 10797.
Yep.
Again, she says change in funding source.
Does she show a shortfall of 50,900?
Let me get to the.
I don't think you need the amendment.
That's what I'm saying.
Ask for a recommendation.
The offset for 218. That's what it's for.
Says we need it, we need it.
Why did he say we need it? We don't.
All right, then the next change she had was 4046 00. It was a tuition, 4432 tuition. She went from 1,579,570 to 1,629,570. So those are the changes she had.
She went up in every one.
Yeah,
Where did we go down?
she went up in the first one.
Well, we have an amendment on the floor.
I'm gonna pull mine. I don't know.
You gonna pull your sponsorship for that amendment? We have somebody who wants to pick it up.
Who's sponsored it?
You did.
You did. You know what I'm
think it's
saying?
needed.
If we have a problem after, we have up until the, what, 18th, or the 20th actually, but the 18th we'll have a meeting. If there, we can always amend them. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Jim.
Those last figures you just read, that was the 50,000,
That was 50,000.
but it's not included in the budget.
No.
It's in mine. I went through, I literally went through every person out there who submitted a budget request, a change, and put them in.
Is that an appropriation line?
You know, and I've got them all here, so.
Supervisor Wheeler.
I was just gonna say, I'll pick up the second.
Okay. On the amendment, further discussion.
Further discussion? Yeah, Ron's right. If the thing is, if the resolution's not right, then don't do it tonight. You got after the public hearing.
On the amendment, Supervisor Reskowski.
Well, the amendment may be incorrect, but the resolution could be correct. And it is correct.
This resolution is correct.
228 is correct.
All right, so we're
That's
not
what we were talking
having
about,
to...
John.
Yeah, we're not amending that.
Yeah, we're not, but we're not.
Okay.
Okay, on the amendment,
What's the
this
amendment?
is Supervisor Wheeler picked up the co-sponsorship. They're still on the floor. We're gonna do a roll call on this one.
Supervisor
We
Stark.
got a question.
What's the
I'm sorry.
amendment?
Just a minute.
Can we
Supervisor
just
Stark?
make a motion to table this and discuss it later?
Not his resolution. You want to table the 50,000. Why would you table his resolution?
There's two
Let
parts.
the amendment
There's the
fail,
29.
and then the resolution passed.
We have a second to table? Do we have a second to table?
I did.
You did, okay. I did
That's why I
not.
said that, stop.
I'm sorry, I
Motion to
didn't
table.
see your second. That is correct, it's the whole resolution, it's not the amendment. Roll call on the tabling, please.
Okay. Supervisor Stark.
Yes.
Supervisor Barone.
On the table? No, I don't want to table it because and the reason I don't want to table is because we can go back and take 218 and table that. No.
Supervisor Wheeler.
No.
Supervisor Chair.
No.
Supervisor Demeza.
No.
Supervisor Allen. Supervisor Sullivan.
No.
Supervisor Strebe.
No, I think we ought to pass this as it stands without the amendment.
Without, yeah, but we need to.
Supervisor Coddington.
No.
Supervisor Quackenbush.
Yes.
Supervisor Rachikowski.
No.
Supervisor Sweet.
No.
Chairman Thayer.
No.
Supervisor Stagliano.
No.
Chair.
Motion's failed.
Supervisor Barone.
I want to make a recommendation that pull the second
amendment.
and the amendment.
I'll just pull the amendment for now.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
have no
on. Nobody's
problem.
understanding that, so let's just go on.
Yeah.
So we're just going to vote on the
What did we just
resolution
pass?
as is.
Yep.
As is.
Supervisor Demeza has pulled his sponsorship of the amendment. Is there anybody that wants to pick
What
up
was
that
the
sponsorship?
amendment?
That 50,000 to offset
For the
218.
budget.
I want to table.
Okay, how about the first 29, whatever it was?
I want to table it. Can't we do
That
that?
already passed. That
Let's
already,
go back, rescind it and table it. We can do that.
Oh my goodness.
Just fix it. The way it
We
should
do
be, like
anything we
Sean
want.
said, like Sean suggested here.
The resolution as it stands,
Yep.
without amendment. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Supervisor Rachikowski.
Yes.
Supervisor Sweet.
Yes.
Chairman Thayer.
Yes.
Supervisor Stagliano.
yes.
Supervisor Stark.
Yes.
Supervisor Barone.
Yes.
Supervisor Wheeler.
Yes.
Supervisor Chair. Supervisor DeMessa,
Yes.
Supervisor Allen,
Yes.
Supervisor Sullivan,
Yes.
Supervisor Strebe,
Aye.
Supervisor Connington,
Aye.
Supervisor Quackenbush. Resolution's passed.
Resolution 229, Social Services, sponsored by Supervisor Reshkowski. We need a second. Supervisor Barone. Discussion. There's a typo on the safety net.
Yes. The four-digit number begins with a 4, 4640, not 3640.
Take out the last one.
No, just change the 3 to a 4.
Oh, okay.
Discussion. Supervisor Stark.
So, in the budget, I just want to ask whether I know we're adding a new case supervisor, is it a new position?
Mike?
We had 3 caseworkers in the budget, and we decided to make one of the supervisors. I want to point out to everybody that there are 3 supervisors in services now that are at the 30-year mark or for succession planning alone. I think we need to start hiring or getting another supervisor room to train to take over. That's one reason. 100% reimbursed. We gave her 1 caseworker.
That's what I want.
Further discussion?
It's not 100% reimbursed. There's no such animal.
You mean
It's 100% reimbursed.
No, I'm talking about we have to.
We keep going through this, you know, they want to keep saying it, but... Okay.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Supervisor Stagliano, Strebe, Stark, Quackenbush.
Who's sweet? Oh, sweet.
I said Strebe, didn't I?
Familiar with
Yeah. Stagliano, Strebe, Stark, Quackenbush.
What'd you get twice?
Transparency, yes or no?
You said yes.
Which is voting correctly.
Resolution's passed.
Okay, that brings us to the end of our resolutions that were,
How about 2:30?
One more.
2:30.
2:30. It's like the Chinese.
well, I don't show 2:30 on my agenda.
Yeah, one more.
That next page.
Oh, I'm sorry, right at the top. Sorry. Didn't see it. Okay, resolution number 230 is Public Defender, sponsored by Supervisor Sweet. Supervisor Barone, seconds.
This is a grant.
Yes, this is putting a new position in the budget, but it's grant funded for 3 years. And we'll do the resolution next month to accept the grant. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, next up, anything from the floor? Supervisor Sweet.
Got 2 resolutions. First resolution is network technician for the sheriff. We all have the resolution.
I'll second that.
Steve, yours?
Yeah.
Supervisor Wheeler seconds it. No, I don't have one.
Do you need those?
Here we go.
Yes, we have that. These?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so that's only 231.
231.
261.
260.
You had a regular meeting in between.
61. Okay, everybody has a copy of that? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? I'm sorry. Sean, you had your hand up?
I don't know if this is part of my understanding is this resolution is a transfer of position from data to the sheriff's office.
No, that's the next resolution.
That's the next one.
Okay. I don't have the next one, so
All right.
But you're right.
Opposed? Abstained? Resolution passed. You got another one, Brian?
Yes, there's some miscellaneous line changes. Then we need a copy of that. Sheriff would like to need a second first.
I believe that we just did the miscellaneous line changes, and network technician is the one that we're on now.
Right. There are 2 resolutions for the sheriff.
That's not what I said, but okay.
I'm sorry.
So we're on this.
Yes, this is for the network technician. Do we have a second? Supervisor Wheeler. Discussion. Sean, was that removed from your tentative in the data processing?
No.
No, this request came after the tentative was out. So like, if that's the pleasure of the board, then you have to eliminate the position data processing.
We have a motion to amend this to take it from data processing. Supervisor Strebe, second by Supervisor Rejkowski. You have that line, Sean?
Yeah. A-14-4-1680-00-1110, line 280, microcomputer tech 37,850.
What's the amount?
37,850.
37,853.
Oh, 853.
Discussion on the amendment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Resolution as amended. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Further resolutions from the floor?
Can I?
Supervisor Barone?
Yeah, I'd like to make a suggestion. I would like to make an amendment, or I would like to put forward a resolution that states, I would like to take the budget officer, the recommendation, his budget, which we have before us now, with the amendments that we put in tonight, with all the outside agencies that we put back in and all the amendments, and I'd like to have what the final analysis and cost would be. Is it 1,600,000 and some thousand out of fund balance? Is it 2 million out of fund balance? Is it 4 million out of fund balance? Where are we right now if we pass the budget that he's proposed with no layoffs whatsoever, with all the outside agencies that we put back in, and some of the other things that we put back in? I would like to know what that total is and how much fund balance we would be using. And if we have, I even want to go a little further, because I understand there's 2 towns that might be taking a little beating a little more. I'd like to add a little more fund balance, but I'd like to get all these figures before I make any recommendation. But I do want to find out, I do want to propose that resolution.
Do we have a second to that proposed resolution? Supervisor Wheeler?
It's pretty much what we did tonight, other than the question mark is.
Oh, I got some big numbers for you, yeah.
You, listen, we can
No, I
amend.
know, I understand.
I want to get something going, that's all.
Sean, can you give us any kind of an idea right now on what the utilized fund balance would be?
What was the resolution you just did?
Tentative, plus the changes we made.
You gotta give me about 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes? Supervisor Stark.
With the amendments. So while we're waiting for that information, 10 minutes, resolution 224 keeps bothering me because
218?
that was 224. I can't believe it passed.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to at least revisit that, put our hands up again. I'm not saying we voted, but
Can you read 224
Yes, I
out
will
for
read
us,
it.
please?
5? No.
6.
4, 5, 6, 7. Butch.
Here's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
6,
we have Supervisor Stark, Chiara, Streety, Quackenbush, Sweet, Stagliano voting nay, Supervisor Grigo absent.
It's
So
975.
passed with 975.
Mm-hmm.
sorry, I can't believe
That's why they're going to one man, one vote.
Want to see the details on it?
That'll help a lot.
All you gotta do is count heads.
They better all be like this.
We're gonna adjourn, Chair, for 10 minutes, or?
Would you like to take a recess for 5 minutes?
Why?
So Sean can come up with your numbers?
Oh, all right. I thought we were going to adjourn.
No, we'll take a 5-minute recess so that Sean can come up with his numbers.
I'm going to have to recess again.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring it back to order, please. All right, Sean, you have a number for us that we utilized out of fund balance?
Based on the resolution passed, I had to use a $1,794,901.
1,794,900.
Yes. Tax levy, $28,110,573. That's $237,000 under the cap. Based on what was passed at this time.
237 under cap, Sean?
Yes. I have tax rates, Hawaii municipality,
What's the say again?
City of Amsterdam is a 0.18% decrease.
What's the dollar per, you get the dollar per thousand?
$19.17 per
He
thousand,
went down. Almost.
down 3 cents.
Ron, did you want those numbers in your amendment, or your resolution?
That's mine.
Sean, can you go break down the list, please, quickly?
City of Amsterdam, a 0.1% decrease represents a 3 cent decrease, about 3 cents. County of Amsterdam is a 1.76% increase, about $2.23. Town of Kinja is a 6% decrease, about $1.26 a thousand. Charleston's a 3.10 increase, 39 cents. Florida's a 7.19 increase, $1.62. Town of Glen, 2.66 decrease, 52 cents. Minden, 3.09 increase, 39 cents. Mohawk, 3.40 increase, 43 cents. Palatine, 5.13 increase, $1.09. Root, 3.41% increase, 43 cents. St. Johnsville, 12.27408 increase.
What's that represent dollars?
$4.08.
No, not But I gotta put up the, what do you call it?
Okay, we have a resolution on the floor, has been seconded. Discussion on that resolution?
Which resolution?
Mine.
Oh, read it.
Do we need to say it again?
Yes, please.
On the resolution, on my resolution, I haven't, the figures I'll give you after, but what I'm saying is whatever the budget officer has proposed, there are no layoffs whatsoever. All the outside agencies have been restored to it. The total in fund balance would be $1,794,900. The tax levy would $28,110 and $28,110,573, and we're $237,000 below the tax cap, 2%. Am I right, Don?
Yes, correct. That represents 2.13% tax levy increase.
2.13?
I've got Supervisor,
Yeah, we could.
just a second. Are you done, Ron?
Yes.
Supervisor Chiara, then Supervisor
I have a
Quackenbush.
question. Are there any more amendments which could lower it further?
Yeah.
Coming from the floor?
Well, this is just one. You can amend all you want.
I'd like to hear everything now. Right.
Right? Nothing's cast in stone. This can go, you can amend.
Supervisor Quackenbush, are you done, Supervisor Chiara?
Yes, I'm done.
Supervisor Quackenbush.
Well, my question to Sean was, what would it be for a 0% increase? How much fund balance would we have to use on top of it? And I think it's 584,000.
585,000.
Add that to 1.7.
So you want to go 2.2?
Well, I'm just, for information.
Hey, Ron,
How much would you
Ron, let me go first on that.
Okay, yeah, no.
And then we'll revisit this, because you're gonna need more money.
Okay. All right.
Are you done, Tom?
Yeah, I just wondered.
Dominic, you wanted the floor?
No, I want to get this resolution up on the health insurance budget, the M fund, right, because it has impacts on county budget. But, so we need to have a vote on Ron's resolution, so we can move forward.
Further discussion? Supervisor Street.
Well, Dominic has one that's gonna change the one. Maybe we ought to hold Ron's for after that.
I have no problem.
You just want to hold it in abeyance here for a minute?
Yeah, fine.
Because we
You
might
might have to change your numbers.
Yeah, you'll have to go back.
No problem.
I don't know how much you'll have to go back, but you have to go back.
Okay, do we have another resolution from the floor?
Yes, I have a resolution to create the health insurance fund, the M fund. Everyone has it in front of them.
Did we already number?
No, 264.
Which one? The Owens or the M fund?
The M.
It's 260. Okay, this will be resolution 264.
The M fund is?
Yes.
My resolution is 263.
Hasn't been numbered yet.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Yours is
Oh, this is
260.
three?
Mine is
Okay,
260.
sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah,
what you
okay.
said.
It was,
Thanks.
there has to be numbers amended. I'll sponsor that.
Okay, you already sponsored it. Do we have a second? Supervisor Sweet. Discussion?
Yeah, let me try to explain it.
Go ahead.
The first couple of pages is the condensed version of it. That's the version you would see probably in the budget, right? It has total revenues of $5,807,056, and it has expenditures of $6,072,780. Now, there's backup to it, and the backup is pages 1 through 5, which is the actual budget. Page 6 is the premium rates increases for next year. And 7 through 10 is the actual enrollment that we currently have in the county. okay? Now, to act, and Sean, slow me, if I go too fast, slow me down here. Because all of this isn't, I expected to do a much bigger resolution, but I'm not going to spend the time. But what this requires is that in the personnel budget, 2801, interfund revenues, we have to remove that $417,975 out of there. Okay, all the revenues and all the expenses basically will come through that M fund.
Is that from this?
All right?
That figure's from here.
Right. And so on page 1 of the budget, you see where it says participant assessments. So you have to change that hospital and medical insurance. Let's see. I'm going to give it to you. It's easy. The general fund would have to be changed to $4,022,442 from where it is.
Give me that again.
$4,022,442.
It's on page 1 of his backup.
I'm not going to give you the whole. I'm not going to give you the whole backup. I mean the whole resolution. I got to give you the major parts of it. All right. So you got $4,022,442 coming from the general fund. $240,006 has to come from the county road fund. $50,257 has to come from the road machinery fund. $52,548 will have to come from the sanitary sewer district. So I guess those would be the changes that will affect, I think, your budget. All right?
300,000.
We're going to be changing what's in personnel. Going to be changing what's in the county road fund. Going to be changing what's in the county road machinery fund, which you're going to have to change the contributions from the treasurer's budget for the county road fund and the county machinery fund by whatever those amounts are. Then I guess you can go ahead and figure out what you're short.
Go ahead, Sean.
But I believe you have to balance the M fund on the backs of the general fund.
Well, then, that's right. There's one more resolution that would, or one more amendment in that thing, that would take from the.
I believe it would be a transfer from general.
Well, there's one that you would have to take from the trust, well, you'd have to take from the health insurance trust fund balance, $265,724. Does that'll balance it off?
Right. But I believe it has to go to the general first, and then to M, or to M from trust.
Right now, it's going to go right from them, from them.
Trust right to M.
Yeah, for now. Eventually, you'll have it all.
So in essence, it's going to be an appropriation of a reserve in the M, properly recorded on the budget.
Yeah, or an appropriated fund balance, whatever.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
599
Yeah.
in the M.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
the total figure?
So that would balance off that fund. So whatever effect that has on the total budget.
What's that going to add into the budget? Do you have a figure for that?
I'll say $30. Does that sound good?
Sounds good, but it's not going to work.
Just one.
He's waiting for Sean.
Yeah.
That would have to be added to that 1794.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I'm saying.
I mean, he had 4.6 budgeted for health insurance, but there was also 417,000 in revenues. So the revenues are gone, and the 4.6 went down to 4 million, whatever it was. Right? So whatever the difference.
You're taking no health from workers' comp.
That 7,500 that was, oh, okay, yeah. That 7,500 that was in there for workers' comp.
Yeah.
So take your time.
Huh?
Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Don't
We got
rush on
10
this,
minutes.
baby. I want to get it right.
No.
You're not gonna do this. That's all.
There's no sense.
Why? It makes a point.
I do have a question.
Sean, go ahead, Sean.
You are affecting the G fund, the sewer fund.
Yeah,
Where are you making this one? You're taking in?
they're gonna have to take that out of fund balance, make a difference.
How much?
I think they only had probably half of the, it's 50-something thousand versus what, 25,000?
23 cents.
Yeah, so they gotta take that rest of it out of that G fund. Well, the M fund's 450,000 short. So we have to get it, part of it has to come from increased premiums, and part of it has to come from fund balance.
It's getting ugly every minute.
She's jumping ship.
Guess there's no money left for the town of Florida and town of St. John's.
You should increase the fund balance.
I think you just did.
Increase it more.
Decrease it, not increase it.
Yeah, decrease it. Increase what we're doing.
Don't worry, Panera Bread's open.
Panera Bread.
Excuse me?
With all that growth he's got in the town of Amsterdam, how can we be losing assessed taxation value?
Then get us.
He's in the city, might as well do
Not
it
on the
here.
tax
It's
map
not on
yet.
a tax map. They can't.
Same thing with your properties over there. They're not on a tax map yet.
Well, I know, but they're protected. Are yours all protected?
No, but they probably next year they will be.
Mine are probably protected, yours aren't.
No, next year they will be. It's just that 1 year.
You got about 2 billion in that one property alone.
The only problem is that we've been seeing growth up there for 10 years. And for the last 5 years, it's been going down, so.
Not
So-
in the town of Amsterdam?
Town of Amsterdam? How long have we been seeing growth? Since Bill Gribbs was here.
Yeah, he was a hero.
Remember, he sat in this chair too.
Yeah.
Because I sat
He was
here.
he was a real hero.
Oh.
Cost this town about $90 million. Not having sewers back in the
You could
70s.
say.
You could have got them free.
1.2 million, we could have done the whole town with sewer and water lines. And he put a stop to it.
Well, that's a local issue. That's not a county issue.
He's Dominic's hero. Guys like that.
Sean, who you calling, your wife?
Let's call it a friend.
What a friend.
Call it a lifeline.
They hired budget help.
really loud tonight.
I want to call Ron with Vicky, see if he can help you.
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't going to change it.
It did. I will
understand how there can be such a discrepancy between the towns.
Mine occurred because my equalization rate went down 3%. None of your changes got in tonight. None of your changes got in tonight.
Okay.
The changes you sent, and none of them got in tonight.
I might better just put the money that you spend on things elsewhere than using and next year is big.
Oh, yeah.
Tax increase. Unless you set up one of those tax equalization
This budget here has no raises in it.
Thank God.
Next year you've got, you look at your sheet, next year you've got increase in retirement costs, you've got increase in marginal debt service costs, you've got, so we're in trouble.
What's the fund balance? Even near the 5% after this?
I kept that.
Yeah, I
All set? What do you got for us, Sean?
Your fund balance use did not change. Now actually you benefited from this move. Your tax levy is now 27,904,030 for a 1.38% increase. Now you're 444,000 under the cap.
That's my resolution.
Well, let's do the one that's on the floor at the moment.
What is the increase?
1.38%.
Dominic making that amendment
What's that?
on the resolution, what he gave us these figures.
Your resolution.
We gotta pass yours on.
Yeah, I made it, didn't I?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, there's been no
That's
amendment
just what the numbers will do.
to Sean's or Dominic's resolution.
Why can't we just put it in my?
Supervisor Streety,
Chair, I have a question for Sean.
go ahead.
Sean, you said that we were 444,000 under the cap?
Yes.
What if you took 200,000 from that and applied it to the fund balance? You know what I mean? Rub your tax, shrink your tax cap difference, and also shrink the fund balance withdrawal. Well, if you say you took 200,000 off that 444, wouldn't that reduce the amount that you're using in fund balance?
Reduce the fund balance by 200,000 to 1,594,900. We're looking at a 2.1% increase of tax levy. It'd be 244,000 under the cap.
Are we in better shape than we were going in if we did something like that? Before we set with the numbers that we had?
You added about 200, so this move you just suggested adds about $250,000 to the fund balance used.
What do you think? I think it makes sense. That way you're going to stay around $1.5 million. Somewhere in there.
You're using 1,594,900.
You want to take it off to 1.7?
Up to 444. So you would reduce
fund balance used to 1,594,900.
Are you making that motion, Supervisor Streety?
I'd like to, if everybody feels the same way. I think it may be a wise thing to do. I don't know.
Is that an amendment?
Taxes are gonna go down or up?
No, it's an amendment to this.
What's the final number?
Well, I'd like to.
Still goes down to the city.
I want to know what the tax rate is going to be for the city.
1 point, not even.
I don't think it reads.
No, it doesn't.
No.
All it's doing is
Under.
taking.
Utilization rates.
Do we have a second to Supervisor
Well, we're trying to
Streety's
get
amendment?
I want to get figured.
Do we have, I'll second it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Supervisor Quackenbush.
Well, Sean said that if you used 370,000 more in fund balance, you'd have a 0% increase for the county.
Sean?
I'm not recommending doing that.
You'd have a 0% increase. You would still have twice as much fund balance as you had last year at this time.
Tom?
I think the way it sits right now, I think it's pretty fair to everybody, and it still keeps the fund balance a little bit intact. So I think we should move forward on that note. And
You're going to have to adjourn, pardon, a recess.
Recess, we're going to have to recess. So I'd like to get through this.
well, let's just do it. Let's just wrap it up here.
Well, I don't think.
Supervisor Stark?
The only thing is, I'd like to know is if Sean could take, say, Amsterdam, Canada, Harry, St. Johnsville, tell me what the net tax implication would be, and if you could equalize it to $100,000, so I could say put it in a number.
Well, why don't we do this then? We'll recess before we go on into the vote. We'll recess, and then we'll reconvene after our regular board meeting. That'll give Sean an opportunity to come up with those numbers. Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
We have a motion.
Motion.
A motion to recess.
Second, yep.
Barbara and
Greg.
Long